Hey, how y'all guys doing? I am Taylor Dean CSA from whatmencansay.com. So, guess what? It's Taylor Dean CSA versus cliches and trends. Now, I can't be long now because there's too many cliches and trends, but I'm going to do about two of them for y'all, just two. Because I know y'all got the short attention spans in the world and all that jazz. You know what I'm saying? Now I mean, now I'm talking about. Because that's how it is. You know, that's how I play a play. That's how I play a role. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We do it for the honey. We do it for the queens. You know, our beautiful black queens. Because that's how we doing it out here. And then if you don't understand that, I don't mess with you because you an F-boy. And then I got to do what I got to do when I got to do it. Because you know what I'm saying? I got to go out here and get this bag. You know what I'm saying? Because these bad bitches out here, we got to handle our business, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, respectfully though, respectfully, like I gotta get this done, because if I don't get this done, player, then it's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here grinding all my life. I'm living my best life. I gotta do what I gotta do when I gotta do it, because I'm an entrepreneur and I gotta be out here because I'm a god. I'm trying to have this generational wealth. I'm trying to get everything together so me and my family, so we can eat, so I can feed my family. Hi, I'm Taylor Dean CSA. And what you just experienced was cliches and trends. So let's knock out some of those. So when you hear people talking about generational wealth, when you hear people talking about get that bag, when you hear people talk about my black queens, here it is. Let's go with the first one. Generational wealth. Number two, let's do get that bag. And then I might throw one more in. But let's do generational wealth. You've been hearing that recently, right? Taylor Dean CSA versus cliches and trends. I want generational wealth, and I'm trying to bring some generational wealth into my family. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a dog. I'm trying to grow some groceries in my backyard and buy some land. And I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to do that. And I'm trying to handle my business. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm talking about? You know the dealio? Well, if you're talking about generational wealth and you are the advocate for generational wealth, then guess what that means? Guess what it means? That means you are the leader. And that means you're the leader for your immediate family, and you are the leader for the future families that's going to come from your body, going into your daughter or your son, and you must teach them the way of continually teaching that generational wealth instead of just passing some money down. But you have to be able to teach it so it can keep going. Kind of like a McDonald's. See, McDonald's, when it first came out, they had burgers and shakes and fries. And then they said, hey, man, we need to franchise out. Then it became not about burgers, shakes, and fries. The burgers got smaller. The fries got a little bit more fryer. And I'm going to let that marinate because I don't want to get sued. But it got more fry-y. The shakes didn't have milk in it. It was just like a bunch of powder mixed together. See, it lost its essence. It lost its genuineness. Because they were focusing on making money and branching out. Nothing wrong with that, but they lost the generation. But they got the wealth, but they lost the generation of it. So McDonald's just became McDonald's. Get that? Did you get that? See, when you're talking about generational wealth, what traditions are you passing down from generation to generation? Let me give you an example. So if you don't know football, there's this football team called the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you don't know what that is, go Google it, look it up. Pittsburgh Steelers. They are known for defense and running the ball on offense. That is their thing. They haven't changed it. They haven't switched it. They want a coach. They keep their coaches for years at a time because they have a standard of what it will be from now on. This is what we do. We're going to play football like this, and we're going to stick to it. From generation to generation to generation, it's been passed to all the Steeler fans that we run the ball and we play defense. Those are our main things. We got quarterbacks, we can throw, we can do all that, but our thing is smash mouth football. We are Steelers like steel. We will beat that booty cheek. That's what the Steelers do. See? So when you're talking about generational wealth, I know you're talking about money and having life insurance. So when your mama passed and when this person passed, everything like that. But you know what though? If you are the template for your family, don't just talk about money. Talk about a plan. Set some traditions in place. Meet and greet. Let people know who's who. Who's their daddy. Who's that mama. Who's that cousin. Who's that auntie. Whomever that is. Then you would have generations talking about, you know, Taylor, man, when Taylor first started, your great-great-great-great-grandpa, he was online on this thing called Facebook Live. It ain't Facebook Live no more, but Facebook Live. And he just spoke his little heart out. And ever since then, we've had generations of speakers ever since then. We are a speaking family. We have plenty of doctors and lawyers and motivational speakers and ministers in our family. That is our thing. There are someone that is called, I did say there are someone that is called the Clark sisters. Their daughters, there are somebody called the Wyans. Their family are known for what? Knowing how to sing, music, sound. My daughter's daughter knows how to sing. The Winans' sons and daughters' know how to sing and know how to do producing and a whole bunch of other stuff. See? Because it was passed down. The wealth of that generation was passed down to the next one. So the next one can teach the next one and the next one can teach the next one. You ever heard of this thing called a curse? You're afraid of being cursed and you got to break that curse. You ever heard that? Well, the reason why the curse wasn't broken is because somebody didn't say, hey, we gonna do this right now. This is what we doing new. And they didn't stand on it. That's why generation after generation, kid after kid after kid. Guess what happened? Guess what happened? Guess what happened? Yeah. I'm letting you guess. I know you like, ain't you supposed to tell us? I'm going to tell you in a second. The reason why the generation wealth don't keep going, because somebody stopped it. Somebody didn't embed it in that child. They didn't embed it into the mama, the sister, the cousin, the auntie. Somebody didn't constantly keep meeting up, having the family reunions and the gatherings and meeting with pawpaw and uncle and auntie and getting all the stories. So when mama and daddy and them don't remember those stories, that the kids can carry the stories on. They didn't keep mama's flowers and shoes and daddy's truck and his Bible and mama's books. And they kept the history of the family and they kept passing it down and down and down to the point where that's what we do. An emblem, a signal. Let that marinate. Moving on. Get that bag. I'm gonna get that bag. I gotta get that bag. I'm trying to get that bag, dog. Trying to get that bag. Teledine CSA versus cliches and trends. Let me hit them with one more. Get that bag. That is a term for strippers. Because when the strippers go to the pole, they dance. Pop that thing for a real one. Pop, 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 pop that thing for a real one. Pop that thing for a real one. Right? And then what happens? They throw the money up, and the woman goes out there when she's done dancing, she has to scoop the money up. Guess what they give her? A trash bag. What? They give her a trash bag. That's why they call it get that bag. If you ever look at any stripper movie, you ever look at anything dealing with strippers, you will see them dump out a trash bag or they'll dump out a duffel bag of money. That's what they'll do. That's where the get that bag came from. If you ever notice, the singers that y'all see now and the rappers that y'all see now, they promote stripping and and a whole bunch of other stuff, right? Think about it. Think about it. Let it marinate. It's good, ain't it? You walking around talking stripper terms, and you surprised, and you sitting up here and you surprised that men look at you a certain way. You surprised that women look at you a certain way. Those are stripper terms. You're speaking in stripper terms. You're speaking in that term. Interesting. If you do not want to be something, if you don't want to be affiliated with something, then guess what? You shouldn't talk in those terms. That's the truth. If you don't want to be known as a doctor, don't talk in doctor terms. You don't want to be known as a woman of God or a Christian, then guess what? you shouldn't be speaking in those terms, because what you may trying to make it sound like what it is versus what it actually is. You get it? I do you one more to make the example of get that bag. It's different when a black person called themselves a and versus a white person calling them a. It means the same thing, right? Because that's why white people say, why we can't say it? Why we can't say it? Why we can't say it? Because coming from your mouth, it's a negative. Coming from my mouth, it's a positive, right? As a black person. Uh-oh. But that's how it's set up. So watch this. Coming from a stripper's mouth, when they say get that bag, that's a positive. Coming from a person's mouth, when they say get that bag, it's almost like they're making fun of you because you don't do what I do to get that bag. They make about $1,000 to $3,000 in a whole entire night. Something to think about. Just real quick, I had to hit y'all with that. We can do more another day. So, I am Telegene CSA. You are who you are. You be the best unedited version of yourselves that you can be. And until next time, this is Telegene CSA versus cliches and trends. If you want to text me at 214-544-9582 for any questions, advice, or affirmations. Until then, already.